When you see that and he's in the main event fighting, do you kind of wish you took a decade off? Or
I'm happy for the journey that I've been on, and I hope that that's true. I hope that Mark's in great shape for this fight, and that this is a great fight. I think that's better for everybody if that's the case.
How would you compare, you've been asked this before, your shape to when you came into the UFC physically?
My training has just evolved a whole bunch. Did a whole bunch of things back there that were way more wrestling oriented. I was doing a lot more heavy Olympic lifting. I think physically I looked a lot different back then than I do now. And a lot of that's dietary changes, the supplement changes with the XCAP program and all the stuff that I've been doing, especially the last couple years. But I've refined the way I train. I've learned to taper differently. A fight is 15 to 25 minutes long. A wrestling match is 6 minutes long. The explosiveness of those is different. I had to temper that wrestling mentality to kind of fit it into fighting. And
do you still, obviously you change your opponent, do you still tweak what you do in training camp? You pick up something new or some new food thing?
On the conditioning side of things, I have the good fortune now at Extreme Couture to have a strength coach, which is something I never had before. And he's constantly adding new things for core strength, and we're constantly doing a lot of different things. So that's always been good. And I just have to show up. I don't have to worry about what's on the paper. I just got to get through it. Technically, continuing to progress from the striking realm and catch wrestling and kind of implementing new things in the ground and ground game. Played around a little bit with the Vera fight with Muay Thai because of Brandon's style. Again, you sharpen a little bit different tools for each guy. So, I think all those things continue to evolve all the time, and that's what keeps it interesting and fun for me.
And do you ever treat yourself to a slice of pizza or something?
I'm not. Trust me, I'm not perfect. I indulge when I don't have a fight staring me in the face. I relax. I have cookies. I'll have a beer now and then. 80-20. 80% of the time I'm spot on, and the other 20% of the time I get a little life in.
I think we're the reverse.
Yeah.
20-80.
0-100.
Do you think we're going to see more athletes who will continue to have a longer career because of the preparation now? Or do you think on the other side, really, they're going to be making money and they're not going to want to do this for a longer time?
Well, that's a real individual thing. It's hard to say what that person has in their heart and why they're doing it, and at what point do they feel like they don't want to do it anymore. I mean, it's hard to say. I think we're going to see better and better athletes. I think we're going to see more collegiate wrestlers transitioning to this as their professional outlet as a sport. That's only going to continue to up the game.
The design must be a big part of it.
If you don't have a passion for this, at some point you're going to run against that, and you're not going to want to make the sacrifices that you're going to need to continue down the road.
Because Coleman was saying that. He was talking about commitment, really, that it takes a huge commitment to keep putting yourself through what you guys do.
Yeah, definitely.